All right, hello and welcome everyone. Today is the day for another Captain of Industry dev stream. I'm Captain Marek and we'll be playing some Captain of Industry today. My plans for today is to mine the crater. Very unique thing to do. So let's get into it right away. No more introduction needed, I think. We have lots of old-time chatters joining us in. Many people I've seen before on many of our live streams. Thanks for tuning in. We have a November, new month. Next year coming closer, where of course by that I mean the trains to the Captain of Industry are coming next year, Q1. So every week is 1 week closer, right? That's how it works. So yeah, I mentioned last week that we finally managed to make a road here to the crater, and there's a lot of oil in the crater. By a lot, I mean 500,000, and at the same time, we have 2 oil rigs left on the world map, and one is 100,000 left. Second one is 350, 360. So actually now we have more oil on the island than outside. So I'd like to, use that as a supplemental oil to our refinery before we do transition to using mostly hydrogen, which I think would be quite nice. We also can see that the ship is barely keeping up with our consumption of crude oil. I have made this little progress bar that shows basically how much oil we have, and we are at 50%. I think it's slowly increasing, very, very slowly, or staying the same. So I'll just keep an eye on this throughout the game. But yeah, today we'll do this, and it's not really that hard. It's just basically building a bunch of pumps here and then piping them out with a really, really big pipe that'll go across the entire factory somewhere there. So it's going to be a little tricky. But after that, I had some other plans. I was thinking maybe we can finish the household or consumer electronics. I think 2 streams ago we did household appliances, kind of unplanned. And we have a little extra thing we could do to get extra unity, and just to make sure we need it, because after we do this, eventually we want to try to be self-sustainable, and that requires using lots of contracts and lots of unity. So we might need all unity we can get from the settlement. So that's a good thing to do, I think. Also, we could do another block of nuclear power plant. We are kind of tight on power. Well, this blue line is still a lie because we have a bunch of them paused and a bunch of them, yeah, this is fortunately not real. So the real power would be, let me just do a quick computation. It's 30 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Yeah, so that's is it actually more a little bit, right? Sometimes 6 is times is this running? Not really. 3 times, maybe this one is the 7th one, maybe and half, 7.5. I think that's the max. If I do 30 times 7.5, maybe 225. And 225, right, it's much more closer, or maybe 200-ish. Yeah, sometimes we can get a little low on power. However, we also have those solar panels. I forget about that. They're giving us 25. Okay, so that's maybe one more block. Yeah, last episode we transitioned to arc furnaces in the copper smelting, and that's working great. Each furnace is taking 5.5 megawatts. So if we have enough time today, if I spend less time talking and more time working, I can maybe transition iron or steel. And for that, I would probably need another block of power plant. Yeah, that seems like something necessary. So we'll see. See some people in chat. Yeah, Saturday saying that it would be nice if this total power would show only the generators with like something on the shaft, which like if they have even a chance of generating anything, which I think would make probably some sense. Like for example, these poles, right? They're not gonna do anything ever, and even these, right? They are already sitting below minimum, so they will not generate anything either if need be. So I think it's a fine suggestion to say that the max should compute only those who have a chance of generating anything if needed, which would make it a little less stable, a little more chaotic potentially, but also more helpful because it will give you a better estimate. Well, this one actually is running as well. Sometimes, yeah, it's also it's intermittent, right? It's not very stable, but maybe seeing the instabilities would be nice as well. So I agree with that. And I think they would be great. Especially don't count pause ones. I think that's probably, I'm sure I think we do as well, which is not right. But also the ones which are below the min. There are actually two thresholds here, which we show only one, which maybe in the new UI we can improve. There's a threshold under which the turbine's not going to work, but there's also a threshold a little bit higher from which they can start working. There's little hysteresis there, little difference. So maybe we can use the second threshold to give you the max. That'd be good. So maybe that's gonna happen in the new UI. I'm making notes. So that'd be definitely something to consider. Of course, things like diesel generators, even though I don't have any, I'm still planning to do backup, which probably never gonna happen at this point because we have nuclear. But diesel generator would probably account for this only when there's some diesel in them, right? So there is diesel generator with no diesel. It would be the same thing as turbine with no steam. Not useful. Copa is saying they've been unfaithful playing Factorio. Oh, that's no problem. Factorio is a great game. Don't feel ashamed. There is space for more factory game in your life, hopefully. And if not, then that's all right. Factorio is nice, and the new expansion, I've seen some videos and some articles. I think they've added loads of content, which is really interesting. So that's okay. Go play some Factorio instead, and then come back for update 3 or update earlier when you finish Factorio, for example. That's all good. We are not enemies here. We are all friends. Each game has different kind of thing to it, right? Like in Factorio, I personally do not enjoy the inventory kind of constraints and kind of Tetris. You have to build every single building before placing it. So, you're building, and suddenly you're missing an inserter, and like, now I have to go pick it up somewhere or build it, and it's kind of the flow is not as nice. At least at the beginning when you have no drones and when you have no like automated delivery and everything. So, that's I prefer just placing building and letting the trucks to figure out. But also I'm biased, right? I've been heavily biased because we've been making game that we like to play, which means that we make features that we prefer compared to other features, right? So that's kind of a little tricky. All right, I think I should stop talking and start working on this oil thing. How big is this oil? Not too big. I think it doesn't matter really where I place it. I'm just curious how many pumps I need. So if I compare to oil rig, Oh, it's making 135. 135, and this one is making 18. Is that divisible? That doesn't sound like it. 135. 135 divided by 18. 7.5. Oh, okay, so roughly 8. 8 would be... Actually, maybe we can do one pipe, right? Which would be 450. 450 divided by 18. 25. Okay, that's plenty. Maybe a smaller pipe, right? 35, 108. Yeah, maybe smaller pipe with 200. 200 divided by 18. Yeah, 11. Okay, let's maybe 10. I realized this overlay while building is not as great when the bars are so high because we have such a big reservoir of oil. Maybe something like that. Be okay. Maybe even more on the side. Yeah, trying going to the creator would be tough because you would need to have very, currently as plants are in the prototype is that they can climb only 1 to 8 grade, 12.5%, right? And this is 1 to 4. This is double. This is 25% grade. So you would be able to build tracks along this. You would have to make it basically twice less steep, which would probably go, all the way around the other side of the crater if you're doing the same kind of slope I did. It's possible, but it would be much longer to have a tray. I think in this case, for sure for liquids like crude oil, pipeline would be more efficient to traverse the hills. Of course, if you traverse in distance and not hills, for example, I think there is another oil somewhere, I think somewhere here. Who was making this map? Where is the oil? Oh, here. Okay. But this one is kind of tiny. It's starting oil. This one is probably not that big. Let me see how big is it. The only way I have to see it currently is to place a oil pump. Yeah, it's 40k. That one is way less interesting. Actually, did we even mine our initial oil right here? We did not, and it's like in the middle of our factory. Oh man. Well, that's something. That's 50k. Oh, look at that. Out of nowhere. It's like an oil here underground. I think we should exploit that as well. Maybe we can add it up and prioritize. I'm not sure which one, but maybe this is like our doomsday last resort when everything else runs out. We have this oil right in the middle to tap into. Yeah. Sounds like an interesting... I would like to kind of mine out the crater first, because that's kind of in a way of any potential projects in the crater. So, I mean, there's two ways, right? One could be a backup oil. That could always be there and we can prioritize the oil from outside. Or it can be the other way around. I'm not even sure. The only downside to ships is you have to pay for the fuel and for the crew. This is, you only pay for the one person per rig. So I don't know. I think it's both ways. It's fine. There's no wrong answers here. Let me just quickly connect up these guys. All right, and now I think I'll just unpause them because these cannot be built using Unity to prevent cheating. And now we're just gonna go straight up, I think. The only little wrinkle here, there's lots of copper, which I don't think I want to intersect. I can either come here or all the way there. I'm gonna avoid the copper. If I come here, I'm gonna cut this road. I'll probably go the other side. All right, let's start climbing. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just raise the transport. We can also, by the way, do the trees here. We can call our tree harvesters to get them, even though dry trees are not as worth it. I think they're half the wood. It's rotten. All right, so building pipes like this is kind of support it, and you can do it, but it's questionable regarding how realistic it is. So we are not disallowing it, but if you want to really enjoy some realistic simulation, you might want to consider building it. For example, on the RAM I built, I could have built it along here. Maybe we should do that just for beauty purposes. I'm not sure. We could. Maybe we can do that. Why not? I mean, maybe we can just go full realistic. I can just flip these. Even though, you know, as a software engineer, I like to optimize and don't waste. And, you know, going straight on the hill would be the most optimal way to do that. But not always. It's a game, right? Not always being most optimal. But let's use the road. I have to be careful because this pipe will prevent big trucks from crossing it. And it's gonna be a little tricky because the pipe likes to go in right angles, and this road is nothing but right angle. So I'll probably go a little bit on the side. A little bit on the side. Just realized I don't have my headphones on. So you guys probably see my voices, right? My headphones on. I'm not sure if that's any better or worse. More people are joining in. Welcome to the stream, everyone. AKCZ from Czech Republic. Makes sense. Welcome. Good evening. I'm purposely building kind of on the side of the road, not exactly on the road, because I don't want to prevent big trucks from coming in. So, but you can imagine a construction crew building kind of on the side of the road. I think that's all right. I think I should confirm before. There's also something when the pipe is too long, we're gonna get some errors. There's such thing as pipe too long, and I believe that one is 65,000 tiles, which is a limitation due to data types. We use 2-byte type for pipe length to save in various places, and 2 bytes happens to be 65,000 and a change. 55,536 to be exact, but it's a 2 to the 16, and that's why all transports have limitation to be at most 2 to 16 length. I don't think I'm coming close with this guy. And if you need longer, you just need to split it with a connector or anything. It's not that you can't make it longer, so you have to make a little split between, give it a little rest. Make a pumping station in the middle. We are also considering, you know, remind me to actually start charging electricity for pipes, and not for all the pipes, but only for pipes which are going up. So you kind of have, if pipes going down or similar, it's a similar, no elevation gain or loss, it's going to be no power requirement. But if the pipe goes only up, it would cost some power. I'm not sure what you think about that. Let me know if you think that's a good idea, bad idea, doesn't matter. And we are going straight through the copper mine, which we will definitely regret later. But hey, we are going the semi-realistic route, so that's why. Changing pipes is fortunately so easy. So I'm not too worried about causing issues. Maybe I can actually remove this part and build some kind of ramp. Now the question is where we go. Well, we can go along this, yeah, maybe along this road or straight through the, maybe here. We already have diesel coming in here. Maybe here. How is the other side looking up? I have a bunch of rainwater catchers in, you know, for extra water. Let's run right here. It seems convenient. However, the other pipe, other oil is here. So maybe we can just, yeah, by the way, the chickens, I am fairly confident we will not need them anytime soon. And because we already have 4 extras, and that's basically double. I'm not sure if we can take the island to even double what we have right now, and if we do, then I think we have problems somewhere else. Yeah, let's do it here, that's fine. So I will get a ramp, place it right here. We build that one. I'll probably make another one here just for the mine purposes. Excavators can go right here, not have to go all the way there. Seems like a good idea to me. I can also make a little race for small trucks if they need to go under. Eventually we will make the pathfinding even more advanced to allow even larger trucks go underneath pipes if they're high enough. So eventually that's gonna be a thing that needs some time. All right. Here, I think we can just maybe hug the diesel pipe. We have a little ramp here, fortunately. And now I'll just go here. Yeah, and just by holding shift, go straight. That's the easy part. And now I'm not sure. I definitely don't want to connect to the water. I'll finish here and recollect myself. Definitely make some concrete here. All right, so we are right here. I'm pretty sure we will need ramp. After that... Oh yeah, I think this would be next to fuel gas, right? Right here. That's a good location. Yeah, people say that elevation, electricity costs with elevation for pipes would be a reasonable thing to ask for. Okay, that's great to hear. Some people ask for pumping station. Well, if anything, that would be probably automated. We are not wanting to give you guys more chores to do while building stuff. I think, the building pipes around pipelines is probably not the game loop we are envisioning. So I could imagine that being automated in a way, but definitely not required to do always. Basically, the electricity cost for pipes that go up would be kind of like if there are already some pumping stations, but they would be not, they'd be automated, right? You would not see them. Maybe we could have some graphics to show something like that. Oh, I misclicked in some version. What did I click on? Must I click on a D? I don't know. Let me try to do it again. Then you go right here. Here I just made a little same height for the pipe. I think it's kind of nice. Right next to our previous oil. Go from this. This looks pretty good. And continue from here. Straight. Do all this mess without connecting, hopefully. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Oop. Now we have to make a little turn. What is this storage? I think trunks needs to reach it. So we'll do it like that. And go down. And I think I'm just gonna cut it straight on the ground. And this is our output. So we just have to go all the way around to the input, all the way here. And that's it. Now, how many construction parts will this need? So this segment is 130, 140. Another 60. That would be 220. Another 220, so that's 440. 440 for this one. That's a pretty long one. The 480 for this one. Oh, 480 plus 500. Well, it's 1,000, right, basically. Yeah, so 1,000 construction parts too. Unfortunately, guess what? I'm pretty sure we are full. Full on stock. Oh yeah, look at that. 4,000. 1,000 pipe is like nothing. It's already constructed, already pumping. So let me actually let the trucks do it. Why not? I will let the trucks deliver all the pieces. Where's our pipe? Here. And right here. Yep, that should do it. Now, actually, before I connect it here, I think I would like to do some priorities so I can decide later which is higher priority. Is it the import or is it the creator? So, just do we have a chance doing that? Yeah, pause everything. Maybe build this with Unity. slight wrinkle is that if you're doing priorities and the output pipe is different tier than input pipe, it might be leaking through. But I think in this case, we don't really care about small imprecisions during prioritization, so that's all right. So which one I should prioritize? I'm not sure. Should I prioritize ships? Should I prioritize... I mean, ships just standing around, they don't cost much. They just cost a bunch of people. I mean, by bunch, I mean 30. So that's overhead of 30 people plus, I guess, this, which be maybe similar to the oil rigs. Maybe a little more, maybe 40, 50 people overhead for ship. If I do not have the ship and have only the crater... I'm not sure. I think both ways have a merit. Governor's asking if we're gonna get any major changes and every power source added. Well, I'm not sure if you would call the major change, apart from the trains, but we are planning for new recipes, new chains, possibly new, buildings, potentially new power source. The thing is, our game has already quite a big variety, and a little worried that if we have to prioritize, and we have lots of other features to work on. So adding more power sources. For example, for me, I am a fan of gas turbines to be able to do mechanical power directly from natural gas or from we call it fuel gas in this game. Basically methane. And yeah, by the way, the word natural gas is kind of funny because lots of people think it's something natural about it, and it's like okay, and then some other gas is not good. It's like, no, it's just gas. It's just methane. It's everything is natural. I mean, oil is natural, right? Why do we don't call it natural oil instead of crude oil at that point? So yeah, so we call it fuel gas because it comes from multiple sources, and some sources that produce this is also some kind of gas, but it's not called natural gas. It would be called differently. So to avoid this terminology issue, it's called fuel gas. It's all kinds of gases that burn, basically, including natural gas and methane. The pipe is black, which means the pipe is actually half storage of our big storage. Good storage. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, so we have plans. The question is priorities, right? Do we rather make features completely new, brand new features of completely different things rather than adding power sources, which we already have quite a few in the game? You can actually make already power from fuel gas, right? And in fact, I've seen people growing stuff on farms and digesting them in digesters and then making electricity out of that. In fact, we do have actually a block here for kind of waste. If you have too much food, it's going to go to digesters. Currently, we actually do not have too much food, which tells me that our food might be a little behind. What is supposed to be here? Oh, animal feed. It's kind of running out a little bit. Anything else running out? Oh, corn is out. Oh man, sugarcane is out. Canola is out. Oh man. Do we need more farms? Ethanol is running low. Well, the corn is little... I think also because we don't have corn, we could use corn for animal feed as well. Maybe corn farm and corn, canola, sugarcane farm. Kind of a little... Maybe... Do we have space for farms? We do. Do they have water? Not so much. Oh no. Maybe 2 more farms? Wouldn't hurt. Actually, these farms are like a block. That doesn't matter, actually. And we can do... How about poppy, by the way? I think poppy is always low. Poppy is such a hard thing to grow. No, we do a little bit. That's good. So poppy is alright. So we'll do corn and canola. And then maybe corn and sugarcane. That'll be fine, yeah. connect our conveyor belt. And connect water and fertilizer on the other side, which, can I just copy paste this setup? Well, it's gonna be the connections from the rainwater harvesters, which are not the same spacing. It's all right. Yes, same height, please. And just use a tier 1 pipe to connect. Now which one is which? The top is probably fertilizer? Yes. Thanks for the colored pipes. I can see it right away. Water. That's all fine. I guess I can do the same thing on the other side. All right. This one I could have quick pasted actually. Too late. No. Let me. Why is it? Oh, I was raised. It was trying to do one higher. All right. Fertilizer is on top. Water is on bottom. And unpause. All right, hopefully that would kick in eventually. And we unlocked fast breeder reactor. Nice. That's our end game power source. That maybe next episode. I'm really looking forward to setting this up. And basically, because it makes super pressure steam. Which is really handy. It not only makes more power, but also it can be used for hydrogen, which is nice. Question about FBR and balancing? Possibly. We're gonna do quite a bit of balancing changes and passes throughout the game to make the game more streamlined and more balanced and more fair and more rewarding in places. And fast breeder reactor is one of them. And actually, I was waiting, or we are waiting for me to build it here and kind of see and feel it, how it feels, how powerful it feels, how hard it is to set it up. And based on that feeling, I think we're gonna have a better way of knowing what's wrong. We also know from you guys, you gave us a feedback that FBR is potentially too powerful, potentially, kind of eclipsing all the other power sources in the game. So I would like to see it myself and can go from there. So I don't know any potential changes because currently I'm hoping to build it and then from there we will see what's up with that. The thing is, the FBR was kind of meant to be like that. FBR is basically the last research in the game. It's meant to be kind of like a little reward. Like if you went all the way here and you solve all the problems along the way, you get little reward of a reactor that can breach its own fuel, and it's kind of self-sustaining and produces a lot of power. We can do hydrogen with it. It's meant to be a little reward at the end. So maybe it's too big of a reward. I'm not sure yet. But I think it's something we can certainly take a look at. And by the way, that's the whole research tree, right? We just finished. We finished the entire research in this game. We're also looking, changes and additions to research tree, or even merging. So sometimes we have like a split nodes which are not as exciting. So sometimes we can maybe merge them to make them more exciting. Put more options in places. We are looking for increasing vehicle limit. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but if we manage to do some performance improvements we have planned, we can put more nodes for vehicle limits, or even make some kind of infinite research at the end to kind of keep adding more and more things like that. So by the way, that's research and that's all done. So I can actually pause or even destroy. I mean, labs are completely useless at this point. They never gonna do anything except eating Unity and people. So Thank you for your service labs. Again, this is early access, so eventually we would like to find use case for labs and have them useful even beyond research finish. Some kind of ongoing improvements of the factory and things like that. So don't worry, it's not going to be like this forever. It's just this is the state of now, and because I like to optimize, I know research labs are no longer useful, so I decided to remove them. And I will not remove lab supplies yet, though, because we can use it for contracts. What can we buy? We can actually buy uranium ore, which is very important. We can either do doing that or using food packs. I had to decide which one is the one I like better. So if we decide to go this route, we can start, even now, we could start slowly importing uranium ore. Using that. Or are we actually? Yeah, we're not. What are we using for our current uranium import? I'm curious. Oh, we are actually using no contract, using mine, right? I mean, that's should have been obvious. I believe is here. Oh yeah. We have uranium mining, so there's no contract needed as of now. Eventually we'll do that. People want fencing, some fences, that'd be nice. Yeah, some more of a graphical things to do, some high fence, low fence. I was kind of thinking it'd be nice to have, for example, this fence. Be able to build it whenever you want, right? It's kind of like a security fence. That would be certainly nice. The problem is this is kind of all custom tooling. If you want to have a nice fence that automatically make corners and things like this, it's complex. If you give you just pieces to make everything yourself, like we have, for example, the retaining walls or the vehicle barriers, we can do that, but it's a little labor intensive to set it up, and we obviously don't want that, but it's a trade-off between time, implementation, complexity, and features in the game. So maybe we can give you some fences for now, and then later we can make some kind of fence tool to improve the experience of building them. It would be something that I would be probably more. It would be easier to promise because the whole kind of fence tool, it's definitely doable, but we have more important things to work on. Basically, that's the message. Sarda would like to flood a crater and build a floating oil rig. Isn't that like making stuff harder? It's like floating oil rigs are such complicated machines and costly things. So you would want to maybe pump the oceans out and build on the floor instead, or something like that. No. Yeah. Musen is asking how long did the development take? At this point, well, it's been years. I'd say if you count even like a pre-release kind of a weekend's endeavors and explorations, I would say it's probably 8 years, maybe even more, 8 or 9. Full time, I think it's 4 years ish for me. So I have. Yeah, it's something like that. Oh, we have this unmined. So it's been a while. It's a slow progress, but we are a small studio. We are hiring, by the way. So if you guys know about any engineers who would like to solve our problems with us, get us in touch. We are also always looking for talented, artists. Especially now, we are looking for like a 2D artist, for like a designer, like a UI designer, and also somebody for icons. We think that also for icons could use facelift, which I think everybody would agree that some of the icons are, to be desired, more to be desired, but. It's gonna happen eventually. Just need to either find time ourselves, or hire someone, right? Obviously, to do it. I'll just put a bunch of concrete down here because we can afford it. I just don't like the grass poking through the factory at this point. Actually, we can maybe do this. Yeah. No grass allowed. And also it saves maintenance for vehicles, so why not? Anywhere else I could place concrete? Maybe here would be a nice place to concrete next. Maybe eventually. I see you have a road coming through our power plant here. Not ideal. Alright, so I still have to decide whether I want prioritize boat or crater. I think I'll prioritize crater. For now. Yeah. Roadrunner is asking whether we could use a fuel gas to as an intermediate upgrade between diesel and hydrogen. I think you're talking about vehicles, right? Using like a gas-powered vehicles. Could be an option, certainly. It's probably lower priority. But I can hear you that you would want something in the mid to late game when you have no hydrogen yet, but already like for example pollution. I can quickly look up the pollution graph and see. Ooh, we have a bunch of radioactive pollution here. Look at that. I can see what's going on with that. However, if I remove that, we can see that the vehicles pollution is currently actually dominating since we removed all the coal burning processes. So I can see how to, the way of reducing car pollution could be a thing. Let me check the radiation though. I'm curious. We might have some products. Oh no, stuck on conveyor belt somewhere. I was about to say. I don't see any. We have this storage is empty. This one is paused. This one is stored safely. Let me see the pollution again. If I do last 20 days. Oh, okay, so it's just very intermediate. Mostly zero and then it spikes. I think the spike is only processing this uranium because it's gonna be a truck picking up a big load of, well, depends on how big buffer is here. And we have also in a buffer right here. Yeah, I think at this point it would be better to actually make a conveyor belt because we no longer have a large amounts and processing them right away would be probably easier. Yeah, we have 11 in buffer here. This also doesn't help. Should I make conveyor belt? Maybe I should. It would require removing this one. I'm just thinking where we can convey it. Maybe just through the middle. Yeah, we can't even connect it here. That was not my plan. But plans change, right? Can you get out now? Was that enough? It was not enough. All right. Oh, now you go through that way. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Still acceptable solution. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now we have to go here, right? And that's it. And I might want to do this tier 2 or tier 3. The reason is speed. The less time the nuclear waste spends traveling, the less pollution can it generate. I will decide to upgrade the conveyor belt. Tier 3. The other disadvantage of this is it'll start stacking, and you can have, if it gets stuck, you will have more products on the conveyor belts causing pollution, which is also not ideal. But I'll trust myself that the processing is fast enough. For example, if this storage was full and I just made tier 3 belt here, that would probably kill my island at this point. Let's see if we can help to reduce pollution this way. Probably not. All right, any more questions? Let me see the chat. I see Sarda wants a giant hamster wheel so all the unemployed people could be contributing, generating power. Wow, that's a good idea, right? Using some unemployed people to do some job. However, if you do that, they'll consume more calories, so you have to feed them more. Is that okay? Trading food for electricity? Yeah. All right, so that's first part of the plans finished. We have crude oil filling up our storages, which is fantastic. The reason I prioritize the crater is that I think the ship is less intrusive to my factory than the big pipe throughout the whole factory. So I feel that the ship is less of a hassle. And in fact, I will perhaps turn off this oil rig. Maybe leave it running to 1x. Just a little bit. Since we have such a big injection of oil, maybe this one run on 2x. To increase our... So now the estimates actually update. So now the estimate for 1x is 1,000 years. Obviously that's... we're not gonna leave it on 1x forever. But, yeah. Alright, so mine tower. What are you guys doing? Alright, so that's our secondary call crew. You guys, please do this guy. Any other issues? You guys don't know where to put compost. Alright. That's not sure where you get compost from, but there you go. You can put it here now. Musa asking if there'll be any more updates before update 3. Probably not, unless there's some critical bug that needs to be addressed. And the reason is that managing 2 live kind of branches, it's extra work. So we decided to just let the old branch be for now and work on the new branch. So unlikely there'll be any updates for current build. Update 3 will contain all of them. So, you know, on the stream sometimes I'm saying, oh, this will be fixed, this will be fixed. That means it will be fixed in update 3. Even though it would be possible to fix in this build, but it would be basically, you know, add a 50% of the work, because then you have to, you know, cherry pick the change to the secondary branch and test it there as well. And the code changed in between, so there will be some conflicts. So it's extra work, which is kind of not warranted at this point, unfortunately. So we'd rather use the time to work on new features. And this is pause the conveyor belt, right? It's not the ramp. Ramps can't be paused, fortunately. Yeah, did this help with the pollution at all? I'm not even sure. Yeah, I guess it was the buffer. This was our transfer, the little spike. Yeah, I think this is probably the buffer here. Spent fuel buffer. Maybe this recipe, if I turn off the per 60, you can see, oh, it's actually 60 is its native time. You can maybe shorten the duration to have a lessen the buffer to reduce this pollution. All right. Robert's asking when this game gonna be ready from early access, ready to kind of graduate 1.0. Well, we have some outstanding tasks to fix, right? So, for example, the world map and this is all kind of placeholder. You know, you can see it's very rudimentary, so we'd like to improve on that. And then we have a few bigger features you would like to probably do to make the game kind of complete, to feel complete. For example, you know, what to do in the late game when the research is ending. So maybe they have some kind of things to work on there. And things like that, yeah, to kind of make the feel finished. The question, when would that be? And how many updates we will do? I'm not sure. And I would say that you know, if you like the game as it is now, then play it. If you think it's unfinished, then put it in the wish list and wait for it to release completely. Yeah. I'm not sure how many more updates would be. 3, 2, 5. Not forever, hopefully, but I think we need at least after the 3, at least 1 or 2 major updates to kind of get the features. We would also love to improve settlement and how that's handled. That's also quite a big feature. We're little perfectionists, so we sometimes spend a lot of time to make features great, and that kind of makes the progress a little slower. But then once all the features are going to be done, we hope to have a real gem of a simulation game that has very, you know, just the fact that we have completely road-free logistics on a dynamic terrain you can mine. That's already, I think, a big achievement that you know, not too many games offer. And we are slowly adding those things, like trains. Going to be another one. We are trying to do signal-free train routing, which I think it's quite exciting. I think it's nice feature to have. Kind of simplifies the thinking about trains. You just, you know, you think about making the network. You don't think about signaling the network. I'm just thinking where to make this road work. Coming there or coming here? Maybe there. That? Yeah, those routes are just for fun. They are not very functional at this point. All right, so my next task for today was consumer electronics. All right, how many we need? How many consumer electronics we need? 31. All right. We need 31 per month. Oops. And that would be... Ooh, that would be quite a bit. 5, 6 of these machines at least. So, yeah, similar to this actually. In fact, we might be able to steal this design. So we need steel. We already have steel right here, right? Oh, that's convenient. And then in addition, we need plastic and electronics 3. Plastic we have here as well. What a convenient location. Wow, electronic street right here as well. That's perfect. Only thing which is not perfect is the size of this ramp, which will be quickly... Yeah, sorry, truck. Truck was trying to go there. Just go around for now. We'll upgrade this ramp real quick. And the steel is right there, so I will just put this electronics guy, I think, somewhere here. Steel can already be taken from here. And plastic will come from here. And I'm not sure which way, but maybe in front, yeah. How many plastic we need? Not too many. So there will be a small conveyor. Yeah, sorry, it's this didn't work well. Even higher, perhaps. Yes. And still, since the steel is the highest, well, how many tiles we need? I have to move it probably a little bit away. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same. Now it's the same distance, so that's good. And the last ingredient was this. However, I would... Electricity 3 is very precious. Very precious. I would want to... I'm going to prioritize the output. So if we need it for something... Well, we need it for research. That's gone. We need it for servers, which is... Okay, maybe we don't need priority, actually. That's alright, I think. And I'm just thinking... Or maybe just use overflow? Maybe I can... I'm just... for some reason, electronics 3 for me are very precious. I will use overflow. So if this is full, everything else, all the extras would be processed into household or consumer electronics rather. Yeah. And there'll be one. Actually, not here, right? It's gonna be steel, gonna be from here. Yep. It's perfect. Can we copy paste this? I think it kind of works. Even though the sounds are not pleasant, but that's, I think, an issue with that not everything was placed in the blueprint or in the copy. Electronics, and I think I can build this. Then the storage. Yeah, the same place as this one. I guess I'm not intending to continue this road there, and if I do, I can go slightly around. Consumer electronics. Go one tile closer. Or rather not. Just extra tile doesn't hurt anyone. Now this might need computing because those assemblers are the the robotic ones. So just to make sure, I will max out this data center with servers. Actually, I won't max it out. Maybe I should have a more server storage. Should I? Doesn't fit here. Right. Probably fine. Right, and then on the consumer side, Sarda saying I should check food. Are we running out of food? Are we? Hopefully not. I'll build 2 stores here. Oh, we are running out of something because Unity is not unhappy. I wonder what is that. Oh, we're running out of water? Out of all the things? Oh, the dirty water is not being processed. And that is because sand? Oh no, what's up with sand? Oh, so I guess we ran out of sand. And that totally... Oh yeah, I was not paying attention about this and I didn't know sand is such a... Yeah, these guys are done. Oops. That's a little emergency here. Maybe you guys can dig this one. That's probably not what I wanted. Oh man, we have to go down soon. Digging to the... Is there more sand in here? Yes. Not crazy amounts though. Wonder if I can do a little bit more of these. Okay, so quickly we need sand. I wonder if we should have overflow because now I think putting in the ocean is better than losing water in our settlement. There's no space around here. Maybe here we will have our liquid dump. We need a lot of these, probably 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually wondering if it's better to dump it or not. Our unity is... Yeah, we're not gonna get -3 unity from dumping, I think at least. We'll see. Famous last words. So... Alright, so I'm just making priority to go there. And if that's not sufficient... can we go straight here? Yeah, it's better. Just like that. All right, so that's this should be enough, right? It's doing 135. Oh no, it's doing 300. And that's 300. It needs more than that, I think. Do a few more. Hey, we need larger pipe, I think. Yeah, that's better. Right, folks. I will need to step out for a few minutes, so I'll be coming back. But if anybody in chat asks where am I, let them know that I'll be right back, okay? I'll just put a little orbit here for now. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Is the stream empty now? Everybody left? Disgusted? Sorry guys, I had to step out real quick. Hopefully we're good now. All right, consumer electronics reduced. And steel is not keeping up. And I wonder where the bottleneck is. I'm sure it's a conveyor belt. Yeah, we need to upgrade that one. Is this tier 1 the whole time? All right. Well, let's make that tier 2. Tier 1 conveyor belt. Definitely insufficient at this point. Here. Here. This one as well. I didn't see the, oh, it was right here. Yes. Is that enough? Could be enough. These guys are, yeah, these guys flattened my tile. Thank you so much for your work. I just wanted to put concrete there. And maybe actually, that's not enough. I wanted to put concrete everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere. Yeah, we have 12,000 concrete, so they better get at concreting. No one left here. Okay, that's good. Oh, where Captain Boba is. Oh, she's not here. Should I look for Captain Boba? Boba, come here. Usually doesn't work. She knows her name though. She listens to it whenever she thinks like there might be some reward coming up. Calling her name works. Oh, electricity is unhappy a little bit. Okay, okay. That's calling for fast breeder reactor, I feel like. I wonder why it's so intermittent though. Maybe before the... Not sure. Alright, so... Oh, we have now... I think they delivered the household appliances because we have crazy amounts of unity. Oh yeah. They did, and in fact, I no longer see the dumping of waste. I'll put this on P7 so that they deliver sand. Without sand, you can see that we are totally screwed. And I will even see our pollution graph now. Yeah, you can see water pollution spiked through the roof. Last few years, last few months rather. But I think this was still worth because by spiking pollution we decreased the health a little bit, but they didn't cause any issues. So yeah. Well, we are like unity rich right now. I feel that maybe we can just enable all the edicts that we... I'm not sure. Like I have all the edicts I kind of want. Maybe farming boost? Be a interesting thing to do. Solar panels. More power. Not as a... I mean, I guess we can. Why not? We have some solar panels. We can do that. Ship fuel saver. We have like 2 or 3 ships. I'm running food saver, by the way, the whole time. And that's not because I don't have enough food. In fact, I have other food, but I'm kind of saving all the logistics as well, because bringing in more food also requires lots of truck trips. And we are all bringing the food all the way from there to here. If I had a train, I would not be so stingy on food. But I felt that saving food might be worth it. So people are a little hungry. But I am not. Yeah, I'm holding my stance on this. So we can just enable all the industrial edicts and be still in positive, right? What if we do all this and all this? That's it. And all this water saver. And we are still 1+1 unity. Totally not worth it. Wow, that's I think I've never actually no. We have one more here. Fuel saver. Oh, and now we are negative. Oh man, so tight. Oh, because we just ran out of electronics. Okay. Are we not making enough? 31. Oh, we are not having enough chips. This is requiring 3 chips. Oh, I see. Oh, they're expensive for chips. I will upgrade those guys. Yeah, maybe we were a little greedy on the edicts. I think the electronics might be a little intermittent. They're not going to be constant supply. So I'll disable the solar panels. Fuel saver, I think it's alright. Fuels. Water saver, maybe just a 3rd one remove. Farming boost. It's alright. Some farming boost is fine. We have lots of farms. And the ship's fuel probably not worth it. Yeah, the tier 2 robotic assemblies are even twice the powerful, so that should do it. Hopefully our data centers have enough servers in them. Yeah, our power is currently slightly running out. So I'm not sure if we have time today. Do we have time? The thing is, a fast breeder is, it needs its own kind of its own infrastructure, right? You can't just build a fast breeder in place. It needs the core fuel processing and spin fuel processing. I feel that it deserves to have its own entire stream. I don't think we can finish it half an hour to make the fast breeder. So I'll keep fast breeder for next time. However, also adding a new block today just to replace the fast breeder next time seems to be not worth it. So let's not worry about electricity for now. I could burn more coal. Is that a thing? I could. Yeah, why not? That's why we have it, right? Just unpause all these. Just burn some more coal for now. JJ on Twitch is asking, it's hard to use priority sometimes properly. Could be tricky, yeah. I'm mostly, like the default priority is 9, and I'm sometimes putting things on a higher priority when I kind of want it more than default, more than anything else. And I think one of the important priorities is also the power production priority. For example, this is power production priority 7. This is 9, just for good measure. But the point is that it's all should be higher than the nuclear power plant priorities, which is 4, 6. This one has 6, huh? Interesting. Right, so this is P6. So I think this should not. Yeah, this is P7, P9. So P7, P5. So this shouldn't be. Oh, this is 5. Because we need to process our exhaust, and there is no boilers attached yet. So this should be 5. Yeah. So basically, I just want to make sure that this will never run until the nuclear power plant is fully utilized. So it's only the excess power needed is used by these. So I think that's a very nice way of kind of tiering up your power. If I were to make diesel backup, which I have talked about for like ever now, there is this diesel generator 2, which is quite nice, and we can put that on power like 14. Like if nothing else can give us power, we can use some diesel backup. That would be fine. And we can also make diesel from farms, which maybe could be a future to make lots of farms and lots of diesel from them, and then use that for power to be kind of to be kind of green and not require any crude oil. Now we are losing crops due to lack of water. That's slightly concerning, and that tells me that the farm I built is using more water, and tells me this has to be upgraded. I need more water to this stack of farms that I'm currently providing. So I'll upgrade a few segments to tier 3. Hopefully that will help put more water there. I could also make a few of these guys, or rather I should say a few of these guys, just to supplement a little extra water to the farms when it's raining, just to help to ease on the consumption. It's not too much water, but it's greater than 0. Wouldn't hurt. Yeah, playing with priorities can, like, once you start prioritizing everything, it can be quite overwhelming, and I would probably, at least for kind of a like a beginner or intermediate playthrough, I would not recommend to change priorities of everything, because it can get messy real quick. The trucks have certain priority built in. So if there are two machines on the same priority, and one machine has a 50% full buffer and one machine has empty buffer, the trucks will prioritize the empty buffer first, right? So, but once you change the priorities, suddenly it's kind of like a hard difference where if the machines, this like a subtle differentiation no longer works there because they'll try to fulfill the machine with high priority always. So for that reason, if you don't really want to have the hierarchy in place, I would suggest to not change those priorities and not put them on the same one, rather, to avoid this issue. Now I'm looking where we need some excavation going. This was nearly finished. These guys are also idle. Where's your tower? This is your tower. All right, finish it up right here. I was thinking to make a road here. Maybe it's a fine idea. I'm using cobblestone for roads in this playthrough, and I can just probably take this ramp to be the road ramp. And that's actually aligned to designations as well. That's a nice coincidence. I use cobblestone to go all the way here. Next to this crazy cliff. Oh yeah, that's gonna be exactly... Ooh, that's... I'm lucky here. It's gonna be exactly connecting over there as well. Right, it's gonna be exactly this. This, and exactly missing this fuel station. Also nice. And we can go up the ramp. Now, there might be one more settlement here. However, that's true. I can kind of pencil it in. However, I think I will move all my modules, food modules, to this side because there's no reason for the trucks to go around, right? That sounds like a unnecessary distance covered. So maybe we can use the cobblestone and making it 8 wide, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 will be this much. Would this be good? I think so. This sounds like a nice opportunity for a road. Now what I can also do to kind of make sure the trucks are driving on the road, well, the ramps will help already, but I can also make some vehicle barriers to kind of force them. But I think that they mostly are already on that line. The reason why I want them to prefer that is to save on maintenance. 20% discount, I believe. Yes. So we can make a little get choke points. Little choke points here. Just to kind of motivate them to stay on the road, which I'm not sure if it's going to work or how well it's going to work. Obviously, our Pathfinder is not as great as we would hope for, but that's all in the future is going to improve. So I'll mine these. I think there's one. So these guys are done as well. I wonder if they need any more jobs here. Or they are done with everything. Yeah, I have no more jobs for them, really. So for now, they're gonna go idle a little bit. I will continue cobblestone here. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have built probably retaining walls to make this slightly nicer. I'm not sure. Okay, let's not do this yet. In fact, I probably want to remove this surface for now. Right. I'm thinking there's something wrong with these, right? Just looking at it, thinking what it could be, because they were built. They were built when it was flat. Then we mined it. Now it's not flat. They stayed flat. Folks, I think I found a bug. I hate to say it, but I think it's actually a similar thing to what we've seen here, which, you know, I probably shouldn't point too many bugs in live streams. But here you go. So this is a great... when something like this happened and it was not reported before, the best thing what to do is to save a save file and potentially tell us how did that happen. So now I would be filing a report saying I've made a concrete on flat ground, and then I mined it and it stayed there, which it shouldn't, but now I can't remove it either. So there will be that. And I'm not sure what we do with this kind of yeah, because there's lots of limestone here. I'm not sure if I want to mine it or not. I'll just keep the road only there, and I build those barriers. I also build the concrete. Okay, sure. Here. New excavators are just idle. Maybe you can go work on the coal for now. Oh, they're actually already there. Already, guys. All right, what's going on here? We have lack of water. I have just upgraded the pipes. Seems strange to me that after upgrading I'm suddenly getting so many problems. I just think we need more water in general. It's probably not enough water flowing in, even though there's a bigger pipe not being utilized. Is this pipe utilized? It must be, right? This pipe is utilized, but then it splits into two, and they are not utilized. I wish I had T4 pipes, huh? That'd be nice. Can I make another pipe, perhaps? I'm a little worried if I do that, I will drain. So I think I want another pipe but through here. From here. Are these pipes utilized? They are not. Why is... Oh! It is this balancer is not keeping up actually. There's 4 outputs of tier 3 pipe. But only 2 inputs. Well, that's a new thing. Do you see those 2 arrows? That sounds like a great connection. All right, and then I think I need this one as well. And upgrade this. And the flip this. And upgrade this again. Okay, so maybe that was the problem. Now hopefully I can see... Because these guys have 4 inputs, that's right. And we do prioritize our nuclear power plant, and we should maybe double prioritize it as well. Yeah, now it's getting filled. And in fact... I would need a 9th output out of this to be able to branch. I wish I knew extra throughput through this pipe. I just realized that... Is it really used for 450 or is it a little less? Hard to know. Even though I don't know, I still think those farms will be starved. So I will do additional supplemental water to farms through here. Well, now we have more pipes here. And yeah, this is actually exactly the right place. Well, not exactly, but mostly. Copy the ramp. Place it here. You need to build everything. Yeah, it should hopefully help to saturate this pipe. That's what I'm looking for. I wonder even if that's enough. This one is not fully saturated either. I see. Yeah, the water distribution is a little complex, especially for the farms that need really big amounts of water. I think this should help. I would like this pipe to see more saturated. Let's see if the water... Yeah, the water in a tier 3 pipe, by the way, flows very fast. It flows faster than conveyor belts. And just for your amusement, little trivia info. I would like to see this one saturated, mostly. Is it helping? Not too great. Well, it's definitely helping. I'm just wondering if it's enough. Well, we'll see. Time will tell if these farms are... I think it was these farms, actually. It's even one more. Yeah, one more. All right. Main control tower out of designations. Honestly, I don't have jobs for those extra excavators. I can just be binding the crater, I suppose. That's currently I do not need. But also, yeah, this is being quite relaxed. Maybe the coal could be... No, even the coal is fine. Iron ore? So I'm thinking once this iron ore runs out, this one, I would like to transition to back here. This was our initial iron ore. That's a huge mountain. By the way, what's going on here? That's our old farm. I think it can go. Thanks for a service farm. And we already have shortcut. So I was thinking maybe we don't have shortcut. We can build a shortcut. We already have it. So there's no need for that. We have shortcut for our gold. Yeah, I don't feel I need too many more. Coal is right here if we need another one. She's asking for any chance of looking into option of adding all vehicles to upgrade queue. Yes, we are aware that upgrading vehicles one by one is not a pleasant experience, and hopefully we will have something for you in the update 3. We are actually not exactly sure how, but maybe some kind of mass upgrade tool, right? Where you can upgrade entire class of vehicles, like all the tier 2 trucks which run on diesel, you can specify upgrade for example. That'd be nice. I agree. However, also, you know, it's low priority because it's kind of one-time thing. So you spend this chore is kind of it's a finite thing, right? You do it and it's kind of done for the playthrough. So it's not that you have to do it like every 5 minutes. You have to kind of do some kind of annoying thing. It's more of a one-time thing. So for that reason, we were not doing it before because it felt like it's low priority, basically. What I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think our water is quite struggling, and it might be just the pipes are just not. Yeah. Even this little shortcut, I think, didn't help. Because it is still not fully saturated. Right, so actually we were already using it to full capacity, so put it in half and half didn't really help. Well, that means we need more desalination, which possible. We can add another block. However, then those storages are already capped at the conveyor belt throughput, which there are ways how to get even higher than that using connectors. Maybe we can make another block just for farms. In fact, can we just make a block right here somewhere? Not sure. The reason is that steam is kind of easier to convey, right? Because you need less steam than water. So if I make a big pipe with steam all the way there, that's easier than piping the water around. But also there is something to have a centralized water source. Well, anyhow, even if I do this, I would have to remove one more block from this power plant because we will be using that for desalination instead of power making, and we are kind of power stretched. So I think I'll postpone our water problems. Basically, it all boils down to more power, more electricity, and that boils down to making fast breeder reactor. So I think I'll leave that for next episode, where we're gonna connect fast breeder and maybe figure out what to do with excavators, make some kind of excavating job. Maybe flattening some mountains. I wonder what can we flatten though. We can flatten the crater and start digging down, perhaps. That would be a task. Maybe I can take one of these screws. These ones have 4 excavators. These one have 3 excavators. Okay, 4 excavators here. I designated here. Mine here. The reason what I'm looking for here is I would like to fill up this with some material, and there's nowhere to get it other than creator. Use creator for that. A bit of a fill up job. You know, the creator looks nice, and I'm feeling kind of bad of excavating it down, but maybe you can open it up for 1/4. Make the access easier. Yeah, not enough water. That's all right. Oh, this one still have. Not sure why this tower complaining about. And now these guys, they can continue the coal journey perhaps on the top. The top crew. Like continuing exploring how far is this coal chunk there. That'd be a good job to do. No, that's these guys. All right. Oh, we have lots of the water issues now. Interesting. Suddenly, out of nowhere, suddenly we are getting a lot of water warnings. So yeah, that's gonna be. Did we turn on some edicts? We didn't. We even added one more, I believe. Let's add one more, actually. Yeah, I have the Unity for that. Save. Oh, we increased the farming boost. I get it now. Oh yeah, let's not do that. Because increases water demands by 10%, so I was increasing by 30%. That's why suddenly the water is such a big issue. Right. So I removed 2 levels of this boost. I'll keep 1 for now. It's also the cheapest. I think that was the reason, because 20% water we just couldn't deal with that much more water. Hopefully, yeah, that was that for sure. Yes, sometimes the balance is quite surprising, right? This little you want a little more food, which costs a little more water, but I was already stretched on the water. So you can actually see that from looking at those graphs, what is going to be at the end, right? You can quite clearly see that the consumption and production is hovering around themselves. You can even see how much farming versus settlement versus other uses take. So I think if we look right, so actually here would be great to see where did the extra water consumption come from, right? So we enabled some edicts. It was fairly constant, 12k, and suddenly it went to 15k for consumption, and we not have that, and we had problems. So here you can see our settlement water issue. So this was I should have checked this and figure out why the farming was suddenly needing more water, and this should alarm me that there was something different going on. So hopefully now it's going to go back down to roughly 12k per year, which would be 1k per month roughly, right? Yep. It's going to be this level. I believe we are actually right there right now. That's good. Right, so maybe that's a water issue averted, but I would definitely want to add 1 more block. And with fast breeder reactor, that's definitely a thing. And also you can see the super pressure steam is providing. It's using less steam for the same amount of work, right? So because the fast breeder reactor is producing 96 steam per level. Similar to this one, but it's a super pressure steam. So suddenly we could run double the amount of desalination. Yeah, this one it's a beast. It's a beast. And super steam, I'm really looking for hydrogen. If you can see, we can use super pressure steam to make hydrogen. Basically, you can use you split the water into hydrogen and oxygen using the super pressure steam, which, by the way, is inspired by reality. It's not entirely sci-fi thing. There's something to it. Of course, in reality, it's still more complicated than that. But yeah, that's the biggest advantage of super pressure steam that fast breeder introduces. However, if you do not want to do fast breeder, because for example you do not want to do nuclear at all, and that's totally fine, you can do full solar. However, if you still want to use super steam, you can use electric boiler, I believe, to also produce super pressure steam. You can find boiler. I saw it there, it was there. Just can't type. Yes. Right. So you can use that to produce super pressure steam as well. So you can use this electric boiler plus this hydrogen reformer to make hydrogen from super steam, basically using electricity only. And from where you get the electricity, that's up to you. You can get it from anywhere you want. Yeah, that'd be an interesting achievement, right? Launch a rocket without using nuclear or something. Definitely possible. And we have one thing which is kind of unique about this game, I think, is the amount of different possibilities you have to do certain things, and not necessarily like there's not necessarily the best solution, right? Even nuclear and fast breeder, even how powerful it is, you still need to import uranium, process it. There is a lot of side products, you have to deal with them. And if you want to be self-sustainable without using that, well, you can grow things on farms. You can, for example, make biodiesel, which I believe I'm making here. This is I'm using this as just an excess of ethanol and cooking oil, but you can just make biodiesel and make diesel generators. That's one way to do that. Then from diesel, you clean the exhaust, so you can kind of be using that. Or you can use digesters to digest the food in the fuel gas, and make boilers for fuel gas, and to use that for also making electricity. The boiler, the classic boiler. I believe we have some of these boilers right here. They're taking excess fuel gas right now, so it's running, and you're getting steam for turbines. In this case, it's steam for refinery. And some CO2, and in fact CO2 this late game is very precious, and I believe we are saving it and sending it all the way here to make graphite rods for our furnaces, electric arc furnaces, because they need graphite rods. So it's all coming back together. In fact, how is my graphite rods doing? Just talking about it. You see me rod or graphite. Oh, it's just called graphite. Okay. Oh well, I can see consumption above production. Is that something I should be worried about? Yeah, we're also having here our main graphite rod production. It's from our CO2 scrubbers, or exhaust scrubbers rather. And as we've been making the factory more and more green, we have less and less exhaust to scrub, which means less sulfur and less CO2. Oh, all right. So we have our backup. Where did we build it? Here? I believe we didn't. I think we did. Oh, here. Oh, okay, it's full. All right. So we have our backup graphite rod production from chlorine and coal. And we build it in our refinery because it produces sour water, which needs to be then cleaned up. So this graph, what it shows, I can show it again. So basically those peaks are when those backup graphite factories kick in and just produce a big bunch. So this lower volume is, I think, from our CO2. So we are getting, I'd say, two-thirds of our graphite consumption from CO2 recycling, and the rest is kind of new graphite produced through here. That's quite neat, I think. That's quite neat to have the CO2. However, as we're going to be replacing our furnaces with arc furnaces, we're going to be losing even more exhaust because we're going to be not burning coal, which means this kind of recycled graphite will go down over time, unfortunately. And we will have to ramp up our traditional graphite production. So that's a little interesting trend, right? As you modernize and clean up your furnaces, you're going to get less graphite as a side product, which I think is still net positive, because even this exhaust scrubbing is not completely pollution-free. You're still getting pollution, even though you are scrubbing exhaust into sulfur and CO2, carbon dioxide. You're still getting pollution, right? So removing exhaust, yes, you have to get sulfur and CO2 from somewhere else, but then you don't have pollution doing that necessarily. So I think it's still a good thing to do, and especially the coal. I mean, look at that. I mean, this has been a coal mine, and it's a huge hole, and it was not sustainable to mine so much coal for our factory. And I'm saying it's not sustainable, saying that once we run out of here, we have to go somewhere else, and it's just so much coal to ship around. Just too many trucks hauling coal everywhere. So we decided, I decided to transition to arc furnaces, which do not use coal, right? They use electricity instead. However, if you do make electricity from coal, you get up even worse, right? So that's to be careful there. I think I have the problem right now. Maybe not right now, but I believe last time as we did the transition, I've looked at the coal consumption, and it was down, but not crazy down. I'm not sure exactly what years, but the coal consumption is still fairly high due to the backup power kicking in whenever needed. So that's something to deal with. How is our electronics? Yeah, the electronics, consumer electronics are quite electronics 3 hungry. So I might need to upgrade more of these guys perhaps, and eventually I might need to upgrade or maybe make another row of these to make more microchips. Now I'm making actually 8 plus 8 would be 16 microchips, and I'm using 2, 3, 4, 5 and 30. Oh yeah, that's definitely, I'll remind myself. I would like to do another row here eventually, maybe next time, and for that I will probably need another data center. And pre-plan here a little bit. I still think I would like to have bigger storage here. Feels that one storage pool of servers is 360, and 360 divided by 25, 360 divided by 25, it's 14 servers, 14 and a half, I guess, 14.4. And data center has capacity for 48, so that's maybe a quarter of data center worth. I feel I would like to have more as a backup. This conveyor belt here is a little funny. Maybe as a last thing today, maybe I can build a bigger storage. It's gonna have like if suddenly we need lots of servers, it'd be good to have a bigger storage, I think. Servers. Maybe like this. Remove this one for now. Just like that. And now we have 4,000 servers. That's a lot. 4,320. Let's do the math. 420 divided by 25. Or 25. 172. That's more like it. That's more like it. All right, so we no longer need to be worried about spikes in computing. We can always, because I think data centers is actually fairly easy. The most thing that is slow is making the servers. So we now slowly going to be trickling, you know, 6 servers per minute, not too many, just slowly. But over time, it's going to accumulate, and hopefully we're going to have a good stash whenever we need to do something like this, like a big expansion of data centers. We can certainly do it. We also, what's going on here? Also we'll need to have, each data center need one of these basically, and no, you don't like put the connector there. Just need to pre-plan, and I'm pretty sure the pipes gonna need upgrading as well. It's all future. Yep, so this is it. Well, no major problems this time. We actually, the big concrete job is done, mostly. It's quite nice. How much concrete do we have still? Oh, we are keeping up. Look at that. Yeah, I went a little overboard with concrete. I made 8 tier 3 concrete mixers, which is quite insane. You can produce 48 times 8, whatever that is. 384. Man. 384 concrete per minute. And I believe when they all run for a longer time, I think one of these crushers are not keeping up. I think, I'm not sure which one was it. I think some sand has to, I believe it's this one. The manufactured sand is not keeping up. I have 2 of them and I think it's still not enough, I think. Yeah, definitely not enough. Actually, it might be enough, right? It's 12 and this is 48. So it might be exactly right, actually. Yeah, anyway. I think I added the second one when I saw the sand getting through, because I would like to not use sand, but why is this not importing though? Interestingly enough, there's just barely enough sand on the conveyor belt to look like it's fine, but there was no slider. How does this ever work actually, if there was no import set? I guess there was some export somewhere else. All right, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap it up today. Any more questions before I set sail? Let me just quickly go through the chat. Yeah, achievements definitely. I mean, there's so many options for achievements and interesting things we could do. You know, I'm a little less keen on like a achievement, like a timed ones, or the ones. Sometimes it's hard to make like a mutually exclusive achievements that, you know, do win the game without doing X. And if you have a bunch of these, if you combine them together, it might not be even possible to do it once. I'm not sure if we're gonna have achievements like that. Maybe we could. Like, you know, achievement without using nuclear power means whoever's going for achievement, they cannot use nuclear power at that point, which is kind of like maybe too strict. I have to think about that. We haven't thought. Achievement's gonna come with 1.0, I think, because the game is changing so much, and, you know, removing achievements from the game, and that's all tricky. So we'd rather, once everything is kind of in place and we are happy with it, we're gonna come up with great achievements So we'd love to make them, but I think it's a little too early in early access to make achievements, because then you have this legacy issue with achievements on Steam. If achievements no longer exist, or they are impossible, or they are too hard or too easy, right? So we need to have the balance of the game finalized before. Is zero pollution possible? Ooh, I think it's not. Intuitively thinking about the game, I don't think you can make zero pollution. Let me see. Well, you're gonna always have radiation pollution if you're using nuclear power plants a little bit, because you can't easily transfer those products without, you know, having them somewhere for a little bit. But even if you, okay, so you can't use nuclear power plants. Waste you can remove. Water pollution you can certainly remove. Look at the waste, by the way. I think we are not keeping up with our waste. Oh man, the next time. Ship pollution, I think you can use hydrogen ships for that, hydrogen vehicles. So the air pollution, I think the only one. It's really hard to completely get rid of. I'm not sure if somebody maybe attempted that. Well, certainly you can't have any exhaust, because if you have exhaust, if you scrub it, that's not give you some pollution. I wonder if you can have game with zero exhaust anywhere. That seems tough. There's exhaust in a bunch of places. Yeah, refinery. I'm not sure. It'd be great if anyone attempted that. Let us know maybe next time. Or maybe now you can type in a chat or in the YouTube comments. It's a great place to discuss those things. You might be able to go really low, but I'm not sure if you can go all the way to zero. It might be quite hard. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Great thing to research and try out, perhaps, if you can be self-sustainable without any exhaust. All right. 10 years, talking about achievements, 10,000 years without launching a rocket. Wow, that's pretty cool. I think I wonder if we can launch a rocket on year 1000. That might be an interesting thing to do, which, by the way, we already unlocked, right? We have all the rockets and everything available. It's just, it's gonna be somewhere. We have to decide for a good place. Maybe we can launch from crater. Seems too much hassle. I'm not sure. Maybe here, just a little open air in the middle, or maybe the coal mine, just like the lowest point. Anyhow, yeah, we will do that. That's rocket. I think at this point is not as complex. We have, you know, steel, gold, and electronics 3. That's all we all using that, no problem. So we'll do that. Maybe only 1,000 might be nice anniversary. But at 10,000 years, that's a whole nother level. Somebody go 40,000. All right. Do you use the Unity dots framework for the game? No, we don't. We do not use Unity dots for a bunch of reasons. We have our own simulation loop, and I believe it's probably Unity dots has a bunch of disadvantages, and also makes the game very tightly coupled to Unity. There's determinism issues. I'm not sure how dots can guarantee certain deterministic things and order of operations, so that's a complication. So we don't use Unity dots. It's all written by us. We don't also use the the node behavior callbacks is also too slow. So we have our own stuff. We actually multi-threading, right? The simulation runs on different thread already. But that's that. Are we planning to add more complexity late game? I think we do. Yeah. Eventually, we'd love to expand on the late game to do some with the rockets. We had plans. Even in alpha, we already had a bunch of things beyond rockets, but we removed it because it was too rough, too raw. It was even more rough than the world map, which currently it's kind of, you know, there's work to be done. We had something along those lines for the space, but that requires more work. So we intentionally remove it from the game to keep it and make it better from scratch, kind of redo it. Okay, GD already has done rocket launch from crater. All right, so I already missed the train, so I'll do rocket launch from somewhere else if not greater. I think yeah, it's fine. It's a rocket launch is a certain achievement, but I think even bigger achievement is to make the colony self-sustainable, right? No longer we need to mine. We would have to importing and exporting and trading, using the trade for making the wealth. And that's the ultimate goal, at least for me. But obviously that needs much more than what rocket requires. So if anybody launches rocket and makes it that's like the official game, and like the credits roll and everything. That's like, you made it. But I'd like to, since this run is basically testing the game and testing the balance, I would like to also feel how does it feel to make self-sustaining colony. Basically, I would like to feel that. And the rocket is also not finished. Obviously, making rocket out of gold is not entirely realistic. So we might need more materials introduced, right, to the game to be able to make the rocket in a better way. Yeah, well, folks, thanks again for joining in. And if you like to see more of Captain of Industry and Fast Breed Reactor next week, please tune in. Also, if you're watching the recordings, thanks for tuning in as well. And you can catch us every Saturday. You check YouTube for the time, because every time sounds different, obviously. Right, thanks. I'm Captain Marek, and I'm signing out.